Hello, chat! How is everyone today? We're just having a yappy dry stream this week, I think, so it's probably gonna be a short one. It's very exciting, though. I'm probably going to beat Disco Elysium tomorrow, if you've been keeping up with my gaming streams, which I know most of you don't. Been having fun over there. Oh yeah, I saw that the Sci Highlights channel, because I have a Highlights channel. I've made it, guys. I've made it! I have a Highlight channel. I should probably look into getting them to edit some things for me.
Jessel sent a super chat. Everyone should try and make a grilled PB&J sandwich.
Yeah, Miss Jasmine was just talking about having grilled peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, which I have never thought of doing. I do like toasting my bread for things like tuna fish and stuff, though. Let's see, you're gonna see Backrooms in theaters, your friend's birthday at the end of the month, so you went to a water park instead. That's cool, that's cool. No, watching it, I mean, I do think it was, like, a good theater experience. At least after the bitch who kept giggling through the whole opening stopped talking when a bunch of us told her to shut the fuck up. It's the only problem with going to the theaters. The sound is always kind of quiet anyway in the theater I go to. But yeah, I really liked the Backrooms movie, guys. I really liked it. I'm not even, like, I wasn't even, like, into Kane Parsons' series. I didn't watch the whole thing until after I saw the movie, to be honest. And, I don't know what made me wait so long to watch it. I think because I thought it was more like, how other people do Backrooms. Like, it's, like some people turned it into more of, like, an SCP kind of thing. And don't get me wrong, I like SCP. But, like, even in Kane's series, I'd see the guys in the hazmat suits and stuff, and I'd be like, oh, this is just gonna be another SCP, right? So, but no, the way Kane Parsons does it is very deliberate and very different, and, very interesting. SCP is another, like, internet-born public domain property. We have these now, apparently. It's like Backrooms, Slenderman, SCP. These are all concepts that were born on 4chan and are sort of like public domain ideas just from the nature of how they started. You know? It's kind of a fascinating phenomenon when you really think about it. Because, like, anybody could make a Backrooms movie. Anybody could have their take on it, but Kane Parsons' take on it is particularly fascinating and totally my jam. Slenderman was something awful? Oh, yeah! It was for, they used to do Photoshop contests on Something Awful. You're right, Garbo. It was Something Awful. But, same kind of thing, though. Like, it's an idea that nobody actually owns, which kind of makes this all, like, legally weird. You know, like, there's probably going to be a million Backrooms knockoff movies now, because they can just use the name. I don't think anybody can actually trademark that name, you know? God damn it, Kaiser. We gotta see the fan art Kaiser sent me today. He's making fun of me. Hey, where's my there we go. Watch out, boys. This gamer girl knows how to play. Well, fuck you, Kaiser. I've been playing video games longer than some of you have been alive. So there. Anyway. Unless you have a Wani dub for me, that's it for the Kaiser fan art corner.
Sent a super chat. Weren't the first run of SCPs based on fetishes?
No! No. Well, maybe, like, the first people who took up the fucking concept, but, like, hang on. We gotta go to some internet history. Because a lot of people like to do, like, creative writing on 4chan and Reddit and things. So let me find the original 4chan post that started SCP, because that's also very interesting. Let me find the wiki. I want to find the actual post. Hold on a second. You guys can't see what I'm doing. I mean, SCP is also a very fun idea. I've mostly experienced it through the YouTuber The Vulgan, who does, like, almost radio play versions of it. Okay, I guess this is the original post. It just doesn't have the image attached. You don't have to use 4chan to get into things that were born on 4chan. Like, look, a lot of stuff starts on 4chan.
Sent a super chat. Ah, I recalled someone on TikTok saying it. I'm dumb.
So, like, I'll just have the picture. Like, they can't use the image anymore because it is actually a copyrighted piece of art. It turns out. But, like, so somebody just uploaded this image to 4chan one day, right? With this description. Item SCP-173, Special Containment Procedures, and then yada yada. This is how the format started. Somebody just decided to write this on the paranormal board on 4chan, just as a creative writing piece. I don't think the original person who wrote this has ever come forward. And it just turned into, like, this public domain group writing project on the internet. And I think that's kind of beautiful, you know? And the Backrooms started much the same way. Because, let me see if I can find the original Backrooms post. So people were just posting liminal spaces on 4chan, because liminal spaces are kind of a thing people are fascinated by, because they make you feel strange, you know? I'm sure you've experienced this in real life, being in, like, an empty mall, or being in, like, an office building after hours. It can just be kind of unsettling in a weird way. So this photo was just uploaded to 4chan. Apparently this was in the middle of renovations of an old, like, hobby place, and they were turning it into an RC car racing place. So somebody just took this picture. The white balance was off, so it looks yellow. And then someone else came along and just wrote a description for it. So 2 different people gave birth to this thing. So somebody just saw this image and wrote, if you're not careful, and you clip out of reality in the wrong areas, you'll end up in the Backrooms, where it's nothing but the stink of old moist carpet, the madness of mono yellow, the endless background noise of fluorescent lights at maximum humbuzz, and approximately 600 million square miles of randomly segmented empty rooms to be trapped in. God save you if you hear something wandering around nearby, because it sure as hell has heard you. I mean, that alone is, like, just a brilliant little short story. But much like SCP, people took this and they ran with it. You know, they fucking ran with it. Actually, I gotta go back and, like, take some footage of, like, there is a great liminal space in my town that does give me that weird feeling. It's just this hallway that separates a supermarket from the rest of a strip mall. So the hallway, and it's got bathrooms at the end of it. So the hallway itself is, like, a traversal space. You're not supposed to linger in there, though there are benches. And last time I was in there, like, I noticed there were party balloons stuck up in the lights, and it's like, this place looks like it's out of the fucking Backrooms. You know? It all just looks wrong. You know? But, and then people started doing it like SCP. There was a Backrooms wiki, and they started writing, like, oh, there's different levels, and this level is the pool rooms, and this level is the whatever rooms, and there's this particular monster on that particular level. And if it was just gonna be boogie jump scare monsters, I wasn't interested. You know? So I didn't actually know how subtle and nuanced and smart Kane Parsons' version was until I actually just watched the whole movie. Now, I had seen the first entry in his web series. I hadn't watched the whole thing, but I had seen the first entry, at least the first part of it. And I could already tell he has the eye of a director. Like, I didn't doubt for a minute that this kid could direct a movie. Like, in fact, we might just watch the first bit of that because it's so good.
Athena_brain sent a super chat. Laid tax and stressed about lettuce parasites tax.
Ugh, that sucks. Are you growing lettuce in your garden or something? I don't grow vegetables. I'm not good at it. So let's see, Kane Pixels, Pizzles, Backrooms. I just want to show you, like, the first part of the first, episode he did. I think this is, oh. Yeah, but why is Google... Oh, my... For whatever reason, Google's being weird on me lately. Okay, here we go. I got it.
At Blue Bladerbot sent a super chat. I remember when Club Doom had a Photoshop contest where viewers made edits of an image of Sonic Who in the Backrooms. It turned out was excellent.
That sounds awesome. So yeah, this is the first one. And just the opening of it is so compelling.
Sound, camera.
So you got like you got kids fucking around with a camcorder, though they've got a real like actual, you know, what do you call these clapboards? So, but you know what, it's so weird too, because Parsons is only 20, and he's like nostalgic for the 90s, which he wasn't even alive for, but he seems to understand them really well. You know, it's bizarre. Like, we did run around with camcorders a lot in the 90s, filming ourselves. Camcorders were huge in the 90s. You know, especially dumbass teenagers running around filming themselves in you know, stores and stuff. Like, it's like TikTok now, only we were carrying around big, bulky, fucking recording equipment.
Alright, and action.
Yeah, it's so funny, like, he captures the 90s really well for a 20-year-old. Not even a 20, he was like 16 when he made this.
Alright, cut. That was good, guys. Alright, that was good.
I think that's
I'm
him
gonna
right
get
there.
a wide angle, and then we're done. Okay?
Alright, yeah, cool. Like, how much further? Like,
A little more. A little more.
you got?
Yeah.
Whoa!
And that right there is so cool. Like, you immediately understand the concept. The kid just slipped through the ground and ended up in this place. And that's like... And I think what Kane understands the most is that it's the space itself that's scary. It's not the monsters. It's not even being trapped and starving to death. It's the space itself and its very existence that's the spooky thing, you know? And, like, again, you can just... He was 16 when he made this. You can already tell. He has such a natural director's eye. It's so good.
At Ed Stevens 5542 sent a super chat. Having a Knights of Guinevere art book for a week tax.
Yeah, I've got mine too, actually. So yeah, it's what you would expect. He did all this in Blender too. Like, it looks pretty good. Actually, no, I think what he did was he made the rooms themselves in Blender. He took handheld footage and like mapped the movement to the Blender environments. And then he took that footage and he printed it to VHS. Right? To get this look. That itself is crazy. Like, he must have been into AV stuff. And I know, like, the Zoomers are all into, like, retro TVs and recording equipment and stuff now. It is interesting to see how they take these things and how they're nostalgic for a time period they didn't experience. Which kind of ties into the Backrooms itself, you know? And what it is in his series. And I like his conception of what it is.
At Dio MKV sent a super chat.
Oh god, what are you guys sending me now? And then Kaiser also sent me something. Trying to talk about the Backrooms, Markiplier explains SCP to kids. We also have Lady Idakin, which he would have the exact same voice I already do for him, wouldn't he? Here, Inko, take one and pass them back. Oh, that's like the fucking voice I did for Idakin. Okay, Dio wants me to show you guys Markiplier explaining SCP to you. So,
So, back in the day, jingle, 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 back in the day, before the Backrooms were a thing, okay? Jingle, jingle, pay attention, I said your favorite word, the Backrooms, okay? The Backrooms, dingle, dangle, dingle, dangle. Okay, before that was a thing, the concept of a place with endless impossible, dingle, dangle, dingle, dingle, jingle, jangle, it's okay, look at the shiny. Before the Backrooms were the thing, the impossible geometry of endless landscapes was all what SCP was about. Okay, that's what it was about. You know, jingle, jingle. You know, offices. You love offices. You love endless office.
Yes, we get it, Marky Moo, we get it. No, well, yeah, there were early SCPs about impossible spaces, like the Endless Stairway, which somebody's made in VR chat, and the fucked up IKEA that people get lost in. So, like, yeah, it's not a new concept, like, impossible spaces. Even, like, I was trying to explain Backrooms to my elderly mother, right? And the thing that I landed on that made it click for her, I was like, you remember that Twilight Zone episode where the little girl gets lost behind the wall and she's in a different dimension? She's like, that episode scared the shit out of me. I was like, yeah, that's basically Backrooms. So... but yeah, no, but I like, if you watch his, like, I watched the series after the movie, right? And I can see where he can go with this. And it makes me very excited for more movies. Though I really hope they find a way to bring Chiwetel Ejiofor, I've learned to pronounce his name, back, the guy who played Clark, because he was so fucking good. Like, I don't want to see Clark become, like, the Nowhere King of the Backrooms or something, but, like, even if they bring him back in, like, archival footage that Async has of him palling around with the entity he finds. I don't want to give too many spoilers, I do want people to watch it.
Brain sent a super chat. Lots of people of the 90s are nostalgic for the 80s or 70s when we weren't born yet. I feel this phenomenon has always been a thing.
Maybe, because, yeah, we did, like, when I was a kid, we kind of, like, romanticized hippies and turned them into costumes, you know? So, yeah, I guess, and, like, you know, the 80s was kind of nostalgic for the 50s, you know? It happens. I feel like the 2000s doesn't really have its own identity, though. It's really weird. But this whole thing of being nostalgic for a place and a time you've never experienced, that's also kind of what liminal spaces are, and what kind of the Backrooms is, right? And the way Parsons characterizes the Backrooms, it seems like it is the universe's subconscious, almost, or it's an eldritch subconscious that exists on its own, and it's like, it gives material form to memory. Like, Clark says it best in the movie, I think. It remembers things, and the more it remembers, the less it does. And it also, like, ties into, like, dreams, dementia. Dementia is also a big thing. Don't think I didn't spot them sneaking the Caretaker music into the movie, because they did. I picked up on that shit immediately. I'm sick of people saying it's AI. It's not representative of AI. It's representative of something much more Jungian and intangible. Like, just saying, oh, it's like AI because it copies things fucked up is kind of lame,
Mr.
I think.
Baby 6969 send a super chat. Sci 2000s nostalgia is happening.
I'm not even nostalgic for the 2000s. What are you even nostalgic for? What, 9/11? I have watched Centaur World. I didn't like it, though. I'm sorry. I don't like weird for the sake of being weird. We've been over this. My weird needs structure and intelligence behind it. No, people keep saying it, like, the Backrooms represents AI because it copies things wrong. And I think that's just so reductive. Because it is supposed to be like, you know, when you try to visualize something in your head, like, you're not gonna get the details right. You're gonna fudge details here and there. But if somebody took that image in your head and made it physical, it wouldn't look right, would it? You know? And that's the thing. But also, maybe think about, why does AI come out looking like how visual thinking feels? You know? That is a good question if you're gonna bring AI into it. It was like, well, why does AI look like that? Why does it misplace patterns and make weird connections?
My theory why Zoomers are so into Y2K tech is because that was back when you actually owned your tech and you could do whatever you wanted.
Yeah, it does seem like that's a big part of it, because you don't fucking own anything anymore. Like back in the day, you could buy a movie on VHS or DVD, and then you'd have that movie, and you can just watch it anytime you want, and, like, you won't disappear if you stop paying a license. You know? So, yeah, I do sympathize with that, though I do like having my conveniences of digital. Like, I just bought the Backrooms on YouTube, you know? I don't know, it was like $20 to rent, which is ridiculous. I hate how they're doing this now.
At Mr. DeBossBaby6969 sent a super chat. Boomers said the same about 80s nostalgia, but look at what nostalgia for that decade in the past 20 years created.
True. I mean, I like vaporwave. I like weirdcore. It is the idea, the misty idea of the 80s, though, and not actually what the 80s was like. That's the funny part. You know, but it's so weird how it does seem we take old things and we remix them into new things, though. Like, humans have done that forever. We're just seeing it kind of, I don't know, escalate, get faster, because, or have more variety, maybe? You know, because people can put out, with the digital revolution, I guess, people can put out anything from anywhere, and just make shit, you know? Speaking of just making shit, I think I might try my hand at another scripted video about the Backrooms, because there's a fan theory I kind of want to discuss. And it's a fan theory that isn't necessary to the movie, but it does enhance it in some ways to me. So I kind of, like, I was just sitting outside under my tree in the yard, like I do every day with the animals, and it just started coming to me, so I started, like, dictating a script into Google Docs via my phone. So I might try my hand at another scripted video, and then I do have, I've been working on cutting down the Dobson stream, so you guys are gonna get some of that soon, too. But, I know, Woka really wants me to make that video, I'm losing confidence now, but I should just make myself do it, huh? And I did have a script idea for, like, an Alan Wake video, too, a while back, so maybe, I don't know, my Tadak video did pretty well, so maybe I'll start doing a few more scripted videos here and there, but I do like cutting down my streams, too, but actually, scripted videos don't take as long, because all I gotta do is have a voiceover and then footage, you know, it's actually, well, that's the thing, too, actually, I was a AV kid back in the actual 90s and early 2000s, that's the funny part. I've always told the story about how my brother and I started watching Dragon Ball Z. We heard about it at school. We were in elementary school at the time. We were like 2 years apart. So every Sunday morning, we would get up early, and I would go and fuck with the antenna on my CRT TV until I could get the local Fox station in. And then we'd watch Dragon Ball Z. I have very fond memories. I'd tape Pokemon on TV for him. I was very good at, like, I could program the VCR to tape shows. I was always good at that sort of stuff. I used to make anime music videos, capturing footage on my DVD/VHS combo player with a FireWire. With a cracked copy of Premiere. That's my nostalgia. Yes, coat hangers do work as antenna. They're not very effective, but they can work. Honestly, you can jam anything metal in there and it'll work. VCRs do still exist, I think. Like, I was talking about a DVD-VCR combo. Young girl, man, I'm talking about, like, 2002. I'm old, don't forget. So, like, it's so weird, because, like, I am familiar with all this stuff. But seeing it through the eyes of much younger people who weren't around for it is kind of fascinating. But that's the other thing I did like about the Backrooms movie, is that it is very accurate to the early 90s. But it's not in your face about it. It's not like Stranger Things, like, look, nostalgia, 80s things, neon. You know, it's not shoving it in your face, it's not exaggerating it, but, like, the televisions, the clothing, the cars, everything is very accurate. And I kind of appreciated that, you know? But it's, again, it's not in your face and patting itself on the back about it. But, yeah, so I really like that Kane Parsons version of this is less Oogie Boogie monsters and more, like, the space itself is what's eerie and uncanny. And I don't think it'll, like, some people think the movie is boring and they don't like it. I don't think it can work for you if you don't buy into the concept, right? If you don't find the concept of, like a space riddled with dementia misremembering things compelling, you're just not gonna like it. But I find that very compelling. And, I mean, it you can tell my style of horror, the horror I tend to be drawn to, is more high concept, more cerebral.
At Cyberonko send a super chat. Used to record my mom's soap operas on VCR.
Nice. I mean, I'm sure I have a bunch of my grandfather's old camcorder recordings. We have, like, even some old, like, you know, 2mm film he had. He has one of the only recordings of, like, a famous building around here burning down. So we have that footage. But yeah, my family was always very techie. So I'm very familiar with this sort of thing. But yeah, I like, and the thing is too, after watching the series, I can see, like, all these connections that are being made. Cause, like, in the movie, we learn that Async, the FCP-style guys who are studying the Backrooms and don't know what the fuck they're doing or what they're fucking with, which I like that. I like that they don't really know what the fuck they're doing. They don't have a lot of this figured out, you know? Having them have started as an MRI company is interesting. And apparently their discovery of the Backrooms, and Kane emphasizes it was discovered. It wasn't created, it was discovered. Their discovery of the Backrooms seems to have coincided with an earthquake and a solar flare. And they're an MRI company. So it seems to me like a lot of this has to do with electromagnetism. You know? Like, that's what it runs on. That's what's powering this sort of, like, generating memories into mass type of thing. I mean, I hope they never explain it fully, because you always ruin a concept like this by explaining it too much, which is why I don't like the levels and the monsters and the too many hard rules that other people put on it.
Jasmine305 sent a super chat. I still have a VCR/DVD player and all the VHS tapes my mom used to record Disney movies on from TV.
Nice,
commercials
nice.
and all. Peace sign emoji.
I'm sure we have those somewhere in storage. Because, like, my grandmothers both would, like, tape, like, Looney Tunes for us, and we'd have it on a tape to watch and stuff like that. What do you think the Backrooms looked like in the Stone Age? Well, that's interesting. I mean, it was discovered, not created, but, like, has it always been there is another good question. You know, or is it uncovered via observation, like, particles? You know, how some particles change their behavior only when they're observed? So, like, maybe there was nothing there. Maybe it was a void until it started taking snapshots. And I think that's the other thing I like about it, is that it is this primordial eldritch space, but it's very modern. Well, I guess modern for the time. Even in the movie, it takes place in the 90s, the types of office spaces we're seeing are very 1960s, but it's just, there's just something about that empty modernity that's so fascinating.
Talk tax. CH chat senpai. H hentai desu. B baka.
Why do I need to do this? Chat senpai. Hentai desu. Baka. There. I don't know what you're going to do with that, but yeah, so I just like, I don't know, I think it does harken to, like, the suffocating emptiness of modern life and stuff like that, and how we've kind of, like, trapped ourselves in what we've built. You know, I don't know, all of that. And the movie itself, like, I think it's a great introduction. I'm glad Async wasn't focused on, but they were teased throughout the movie, because I imagine future movies or a series would focus a lot on the Async people. And again, I don't want this to just turn into SCP, but I was pretty confident watching the YouTube series that it won't. And Kane has said that this movie does tie into the continuity of his web series, so that's good to know. That's, like, wicked good to know, but I think it was really smart.
At Mr. DeBossBaby6969 send a super chat. Do Kaiser's
God
talk
damn it, you guys!
Old man voice.
Chat senpai, hentai desu, baka. There. Or did you want it in this one? Chat senpai, hentai desu, baka. Yeah, sussy baka chat. Anyway. You guys keep interrupting me with nonsense. This is going to be remembered in the Backrooms. That's going to be my still life. It's just going to do that voice. It's just going to menace you. Chad, I'm right behind you. Woo. Anyway, though we were joking the other day that I have such a terrible sense of direction, the monsters would just be watching me go in the same circle for like 2 hours, and I'd be like, oh my god, this place is like an endless labyrinth! That would be my Backrooms movie. The monsters are too confused to even attack me because I keep getting lost in, like, places you shouldn't even get lost. It's like, she just keeps going down the same hallway. What do we do? I'm right behind you, aren't I?
At NeoKaiser0 sent a super
sake.
chat. Talk tax. Spinel. Jake Jasper.
You gotta be drawing fan art of
like
this.
I like you or anything. Be Baka.
Jasper Senpai, it's not like I like you or anything, Baka.
This is my Mia voice at this point. But yeah, and I'm so glad A24 picked it up and gave Kane Parsons, like, actual like, control over it.
At Miss Jasmine 305 sent a super chat. Gone too long without Tara or attacks. Olivia voice POS.
I'm pausing the music so Kaiser can use this one too.
Ada, mama. I'm a gator.
Anyway. So I'm trying to finish my thought here. You guys are interrupting me because I'm too close to the truth. But no, I really like that Kane Parsons, like, got control, because, like, you know what the Hollywood version of this fucking movie would be. It would be, like, monster chases and jump scares, and you wouldn't have those long meditative scenes of Clark exploring for the first time. He'd have to be, like, talking to himself the entire time and going, what is this? Where am I? How is this possible? You know? And again, Chiwetel Ejiofor was such a good lead in this movie. Like, even when we find out that Clark is kind of an asshole, I mean, you can kind of tell that early on, too, but you find out he's really kind of an asshole, he still kept, like, you're still kind of, like, not rooting for him, but you're still invested in him. Because he is kind of pathetic in a way, too, and we've seen some more endearing traits of his where you're still kind of invested in this guy, even after he's completely lost his fucking mind. Spoilers, he eventually loses his fucking mind. But, again, I don't want to spoil too much, but I think it was really smart of them. What was the other thing I was going to say about Chiwetel Ejiofor? I watched a lovely interview with him, and it sounds like he really respects Kane Parsons and his vision, and that's why I'm like, man, I hope they find a way to, like, work him into another movie or something, because it would be great. Because he really seems to get along with the director, and really seems to, like, understand the concept, and really respects, you know, what Kane is doing. And trying to recreate the distracting nature of Markiplier's Backrooms video. No, yeah, it would be, like, some people are like, they're like, why are there more monster chases and stuff? And it's like, bro, it's not the point. Because it was really smart of them to introduce the concept to, like, a new audience. Because, again, you can't make a movie like this expecting people to know about the internet concept. Like, most people wouldn't even know what no-clipping is. You know, that's a very gaming term. No-clipping is when you, like, turn off collision and you can walk through walls. You've probably done it in a Bethesda game when you're pissed off. So, yeah, I would describe it to other people as, like, you slip out of reality. And that's a concept a lot of people could understand, I think. Like, the idea that you could just fall through a wall or open a weird door and end up somewhere else. And we've all had dreams, not maybe all of us, but I know I've had dreams like that. Dreams of impossible spaces. You open a door, there's a whole city on the other side. I have literally had dreams like that. I've had dreams like the weird core neighborhoods. You know, maybe that's why it's compelling to me. I don't know why it's not putting Kaiser's super chat through, unless even Stream Elements is sick of your shit, Kaiser. Let me try reloading the overlays just in case it does it again, or it won't. Maybe it won't do God. I don't know. Wait, how do I refresh the overlays again? There's supposed to be a way to do this. No, unless they've changed this. Oh well. I'll read it out anyway.
Oh my god, what have I done accidentally on purpose?
That's my favorite Angry Beavers quote. Ah, very good. I like that you call the still life Captain Clark. I approve. That's the only thing you should call him. I love it. I keep seeing people say the pirate, and it's like, no, his name is Captain Clark. You've probably seen the pirate. I mean, I'm trying not to spoil things, but you've probably seen him. There is a reason he's a pirate. It's actually very clever. Like, everything in the movie ties together very well. I mean, you'd have to pay attention, which I know modern audiences are not good at. But if you pay attention, it does all tie together.
At Miss Jasmine 305 sent a super chat. I knew I recognized that name. Fun fact, Chiwetel Ejiofor played Lola in the original movie Kinky Boots that was later adapted into a Broadway musical.
No way! Awesome. I haven't seen 12 Years a Slave, so that's the only other thing I knew he was in. So I hadn't seen him before. God, he was so good. He had such a screen presence. He could really, like, sell those scenes where we're just following Clark around, seeing the Backrooms and experiencing them with him. Like, and he's funny. He has some funny scenes in Backrooms, too. Like, I could see him doing comedic acting as well, you know? Because we do see Clark, he dresses like a pirate in his ads for his shitty furniture store he owns. He's, like, competing with, like, a cowboy furniture guy. We see on the TV later, and he's just, like, drinking and going, prick. Yeah, he's a failed architect, he's not in a good place in life, he owns a shitty furniture store and sells shitty furniture, he hates his life, he debases himself dressing like a pirate to do an ad. And that scene is, like, legitimately funny, though. It's like, dude, you could be a comedic actor, too. You know, like, he does, like, give us so many sides of this character in the movie, and, like, it's like Clark's gonna become, like, a horror icon or something, you know? But, like, it's really smart that it ties the concept of the Backrooms into the issues of the two main characters. I'm not gonna have enough room for the horse and Ruby here, I'm gonna have to make things smaller. But, like, tying it into Clark's personal issues and Mary's personal issues, the other main character.
At Miss Jasmine 305 sent a super chat. Less fun fact, he voiced Scar in the LA Lion King.
Oh, did he? I don't blame anybody for their acting in that movie. I think everyone... Because, like, there are people who can act in that movie. I think they were just very poorly directed. You know? And the movie just shouldn't have been made in the first place. But, like, yeah, again, if you see him in this movie and you hear him in Lion King live action, you can probably see it's a case of bad direction. If you see an otherwise good actor act poorly in a movie, it usually means they were directed poorly. You know? Actors have to put a lot of trust into the director. You know, that saying, oh yeah, that was good, that's what I want, that's what I need. You know? And he can sing, but they took away Scar's song? God damn. See, Phantom does, when I was a teen, I was obsessed with the Backrooms. I fantasized about being stuck in a place with nothing there anymore and just having some peace. And it is weirdly peaceful, right? You know, though? It's like, that's the other kind of compelling thing about it. It's like oddly peaceful in a strange, uncanny way. You know? But no, but he was fan-fucking-tastic in Backrooms. Absolutely fantastic. And again, like I said, he played Clark in a way that he is pitiable enough that you still kind of are invested in him, even when he kind of loses his mind and goes cuckoo bananas and turns into a major asshat. But yeah. But just the whole tying the Backrooms itself into the psychological issues of the characters, I think makes the movie work as a standalone film, as well as an introduction to the very concept of it, you know? And of course we know there's gonna be sequels. This movie made fucking gangbusters. But it's A24, they're giving Kane Parsons a lot of control over it. So, I'm pretty confident that we'll get some good shit. And there's so much more story to tell. You know? There's so much more story to tell from it. I think. And you can do a new cast of characters every time. I do think it's probably going to pivot over to async now. With a second film, probably. But tying the first one into the main characters works. Because you could see the Backrooms itself as a metaphor for both Clark and Mary's issues, if you're looking at the movie as a standalone piece, you know? And I think that helps people get invested in it emotionally as well. You know? Because Mary's kind of the main character. We spent a lot of time with Clark, but Mary is kind of the main character. I mean, they're both main characters, but it's a bit of a bait and switch, you know? You think Clark's gonna be the hero, and no. no, he is not. It's like, oh, he's a down-on-his-luck underdog, and it's like, yeah, there's a reason why he is, though. There's very good reasons why he is. And he's not as much of an underdog as he wants you to think. So that's part of what I'm gonna, like I said, I'm thinking of doing another scripted video, which again are almost faster to edit for me, so might as well. Cheer me on, guys. I did write out a script, but I'm probably gonna wing it in places too, so, you know, we'll see. With the digital circus one, hey, Billy Donuts is here! With the Tadak one, I was almost, like, winging it most of the time. I barely wrote a script. But, yeah, speaking of Digital Circus and the Backrooms, there's a great bit of fan art. There's a great bit of fan art, floating around out there. It's like, what if Clark was in Digital Circus instead of the Backrooms? With Jack saying, you probably weren't an architect because you're so pathetic, dude. He's just like, repeat that. I love that he's the parrot. He has a stupid little parrot on his pirate costume, and he's the parrot here. I love it. I fucking love it. It's so good. He would give Jax a run for his money in the asshole department, that's for sure. Yeah, before Gooseworks' Tumblr got nuked, apparently. I think she got mass reported or something, because her account might have actually gotten banned instead of, deactivated? I don't know what the fuck is going on with that. I didn't really write a script much, Kaiser. I was kind of, like, talking off the cuff into my microphone like I do on streams, with just doing multiple takes. So I don't know if I will do the follow-up video where I compare Tadak to Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. Because I'm kind of just over Tadak now, you know? It's like, ugh. Yeah, Goose's Tumblr disappeared, and at first a lot of people thought she just deleted it because she was sick of dealing with people, because she's known to do that sometimes. But her account doesn't say deactivated next to it. So that is more indicative that she got terminated. Which I could only imagine that happened through mass reporting, because people are fucking assholes.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey.
Oh, hello. That must be a new one.
Baby, my heart's on fire.
Space Frog, do that one. Space Frog's here, guys. I think the supers are working again, right? So, yeah. There's a new one? Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, Miss Jasmine's always good at finding the new things. The new super stickers and things. You, too, can make things happen on the screen if you go over to Twitch at MPSci. One day I will try to find a way to let you guys do stuff like that on YouTube. And now we're just talking about Tadak again. But Tadak also kind of falls into this whole, like, nostalgia, liminal space type thing, you know? Which is just hot right now. And I don't know what it says about this decade that we're so fascinated with these things. We're so fascinated with unreality. Then again, we're kind of surrounding ourselves with unreality at this point now, with AI and augmented reality and social media, and it's like, so we're back to thinking, what is even reality anymore? And can your perception alter it? And yada 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 blah blah blah. So our brains are just too advanced for the animal that we are, I think, is really our problem. But again, I eat this shit up. I will look forward to a sequel. Again, I watched the entire series, and the series is very good. And with the async people, they're a little SCP-like, but they are so in over their heads. Not that the SCP people aren't usually in over their fucking heads, that's usually the joke. You know, they don't know what the fuck they're doing. But I think in this case, async is a bit more like the Federal Bureau of Control from Control and the Remedyverse, where they are sort of trying to scientifically study the metaphysical and the supernatural and the intangible, and you can't really pin those things down with science, and they kind of discover that time and time again. The more they try, and I think definitely the Lake House DLC from Alan Wake 2 is the best example of that, where you have these two bitter scientists, a husband and wife who now hate each other, who are trying to scientifically quantify art and the impact art has on the mind. And it's like, how do you even do that? You know? And in the process, they, of course, are basically torturing artists and treating them poorly. So, that one, actually, the Lake House DLC does have a very on-the-nose anti-AI part of it, if you want that. Where you open a room and it's just a bunch of automated typewriters trying to replicate Alan's writing to try to change reality with it. So yeah, I could see Async going, at first I didn't like the idea, like, Async's first reaction to discovering the Backrooms is they want to use it for storage and housing. Like, they're gonna market it as, like, alternative housing for people. As soon as they're done, like, you know, exploring it. Of course, they probably didn't account for the monsters and the time travel and the everything. But it's like, you know what? I think Parsons might be right. If a discovery like this was made, someone out there would try to study it. Someone out there would try to exploit it. Like, that would happen. As long as it's not, like, overly scientifically explained, I'm okay with that. Because my problem is when you start explaining the supernatural too much on a sciencey level, it's not supernatural anymore. It just becomes natural, you know? And that erases the mystique of it. And you trademark it, and then you sell it before you even knew what you had. You patented it, packaged it, put a trademark on it, and then you try to sell it. You sell it. Whatever the fuck that line was. Yeah, I haven't seen Jurassic Park in a while. But no, yeah, I don't know. I do think we're gonna, like I said, I do think we're gonna see a bunch of fucking rip-off movies. Because, again, nobody actually owns the concept of the Backrooms, and Kane only owns his idea of it. Which, again, I don't understand why people were upset, like, things from the Backrooms wiki weren't in the movie. Like, even though the Backrooms as a concept is a concept nobody owns, per se, you own your own version of it, you know? So, of course, he's not gonna work that stuff. And he says he's never even interacted with the other Backroom stuff. He just does his own thing, which is admirable, I think. And I do think his idea of it is the strongest. Oh yeah, Sam Neill passed away recently. Yeah, celebrity deaths come in threes. Why couldn't it have been Trump? No, I didn't say that, YouTube. In Minecraft. They made a Backrooms episode in American Horror Story. I'm sure it was awful. Because, you know, you got, like, these boomerish people who, like, don't understand internet culture and don't understand why people like these things and then try to replicate it. Because at least with Parsons, you can tell there's a passion for it, and it's taking the concept seriously. You know? And again, the Backrooms themselves are the monster. That's what's scary. Not even the monsters in itself. I do think it's a little funny though, because there is the what they call the bacteria monster in the series, in the web series. Bacteria monster. Let me just look up this fella. Let's look up this fella. Which is a pretty interesting life form in the Backrooms. Now, I know one episode they discovered that some sort of usually benign fungus that can occur in the human body becomes hostile and starts, like, eating dead bodies. He has said people don't turn into monsters in the Backrooms, though. So what the fuck this thing even is? Who the hell knows? But I think it's really funny that, that they sort of made the entity in the movie, Captain Clark, they sort of made him vaguely shaped the same. So when you see him in shadow before you see him, like, fully later in the movie, it might bait and switch existing fans into thinking it is going to be the bacteria monster, and then, no, it's this weird pirate guy. Which, a lot of people thought he looked goofy, which he does. He is a goofy-looking monster. But that in itself can be scary, because he just doesn't look right, you know? So, I like that it doesn't shy away from, like, monsters that are both goofy and unsettling at the same time. It doesn't shy away from everything being brightly lit, as the Backrooms should be. Like, brightly lit horror is kind of an oxymoron, isn't it? In a way. But, and you know, if it was a typical fucking Hollywood movie, they would have just, like, made it all dark and spoopy, and they just totally would have fucked up the entire concept and why it's compelling and what makes it scary in the first goddamn place. Because I think the original post, the most compelling part about it is, like, the whole idea of no clipping out of reality. That is, like, because it could happen randomly, anytime, anywhere, you could just slip out of reality. It's like when you drop something on the floor, and it just disappears on you. Like, even though you saw it fall, you saw where on the floor it fell, but it just disappears.
At Dana_Brain sent a super chat. I love how Captain Clark does scary things and he's the one who looks afraid.
Yeah!
It's so good.
Yeah, like, he always has this tortured, kind of upset, pleading look on his face, right? But that also might be a bit of the trap, because I did see somebody else point out, well, okay, I guess this is kind of spoilers. Mary does get attacked by this entity at one point, and while he still looks kind of sad and pathetic, there's a couple of frames where you can see his face kind of transform into a look of, like, rage. So it's kind of like Clark himself, right? Where he talks about how, you know, he's so put upon, the world's just against him, nothing is his fault, you know, he's just had a bad run in life, and everyone's against him, it's the world, not him. So Clark kind of does, you know, kind of fish for sympathy, I should say. He does it with his therapist all the time. He hasn't gone to therapy to get better. He's gone to therapy to be validated, you know, which is what a lot of people do. And Mary's been kind of trying to gently guide him away from that, but it's clear he's just way too narcissistic, I guess. He's a subtle narcissist, but he's definitely narcissistic. But that's, like, the most dangerous kind of person. The person who appears pleading and pathetic and wanting help, but they only do that to get you closer so they can abuse you. Not that it's a conscious thing, but it's how they have learned to operate. It's the path they've put themselves on since childhood, as Mary would say, you know? Because that was the other clever thing, having Mary be his psychiatrist, and her whole little psychiatry method, her talk of, like, being on paths and traveling the same paths and going to the same places and always finding yourself back in the same places and the same memories, and how you can open the window, blah, blah, blah. Like, her whole psychological method is also a metaphor for the Backrooms. Or the Backrooms could be seen as a metaphor for her psychological method. You know? Like, again, it works as a standalone kind of thing that way. So, am I still making drama content? I mean, I do sometimes, but I usually cover media stuff. I think my last, like, drama content was covering Anthony Gabublia and Remnant. So, I mostly just talk about whatever the hell I feel like, honestly. Right now I'm talking about how I might make a Backrooms video, so... Look, you come to my channel, you get a variety of different things, alright? That's just how I do. I've never, like, bothered making a second channel for things, because it would just... It's... I know, it's a lot of work to get monetized, for one thing. I could make a separate gaming channel one day, but I don't know. Seems fine to keep everything in the same place. Yeah, I talk about whatever the hell I want, and people seem to enjoy that and come here for that, so... Some people have told me they'd listen to me talk about anything, so there you go. Now, what short have you sent me? I do like Club Doom. I've mostly watched his Sonichu stuff, though. What is this? Oh, is this the same video with Marky
So, back in the day...
Wait, I want to play Elden Ring.
Back in the day, before
then...
the Backrooms were a thing, okay? Jingle, jingle, pay attention. Pay attention, I said your favorite word.
Oh.
The Backrooms, okay?
That's funny, too, because Markiplier made his own really good movie about being trapped in one place and the universe not making any sense. Though it was our universe that didn't make any sense. I like Iron Lung as well, too. Oh my god, Kane Parsons and Marky Moo should team up on something. How would I explore the Backrooms? That's the thing, oh, you mean how would I would write it? I don't know, I mean, I like Kane Parsons' idea just fine. Like I said, the thing that made me hesitant to go watch the movie was I was afraid it was just gonna be about monsters, because the Backrooms wiki people have imposed such a structure on it, you know? Just like, oh, there's this level, and that level, and this is what's in that level, and this particular monster is on that level, and this is how you survive that monster. And it makes the Backrooms... It makes the Backrooms, like, less of the threat, and the monsters more of the threat. It kind of demystifies the Backrooms as a place to have all these fucking hard rules on it. When, again, it's like the universe's subconscious with dementia, remembering things wrong. But we don't ever remember things correctly anyway. Memory is a very fickle thing. Every time you're remembering something, you're not remembering the actual event, you're remembering the last time you remembered it, and oftentimes you'll add details, you'll subtract details, you'll see things in a different light depending on your current knowledge and mood, you know, and that is what the Backrooms represents in a physical form. And honestly, that is my favorite idea about them, so I wouldn't even have my own concept. We were joking earlier that I have such a terrible sense of direction, I would just be going in the same circle for 2 hours, and the monsters would be just watching me like, what is she doing? And I'd be like, oh my god, it's like an endless labyrinth! There's no escape from this! I wouldn't even recognize I'm going on the same hallway. Yeah, I would die so fast in the Backrooms, guys! I'd probably just starve to death, to be honest. You once turned your entire room upside down looking for a Lego piece? Yeah! It's like the joke about dropping your tablet pen and it just vanishes! I always, like, quote that one Steven quote from Steven Universe where he's trying to get Lion's attention, and he's holding up an item, and he drops it, and goes, oop, it just fell out of reality! It's like, yeah, sometimes you drop something on the floor, and it just falls out of reality! I'm sure it rolls under something, or, you know, it's weird, though, you know? My mother used to call it the Minutemen, which was this terrible, shitty, episode of the 1980s Twilight Zone, but she remembered it much differently. And she always said it when we were kids, like, oh, it's the Minutemen. If you put something down, and you can't find it, but then you find it again where you already looked in the next minute, it's because of the Minutemen, who build every minute, forgot to put it there. And so, I mean, that's a cool idea for an episode. We actually finally tracked down a box set of the 80s Twilight Zone and finally watched the episode. It was like, it was really shit. She was so disappointed because she remembered it being so much cooler. But that was kind of like a little family mythology for a while. Just like, oh, if you're looking for something and you find it where you already looked, it's because the Minutemen forgot to put it there. So yeah, these concepts aren't new, you know? These concepts of reality being fucked with aren't new. But this is kind of a very interesting permutation on it, I think. It's worrying to know that if you don't access your memory of something, your brain will eventually lose most of it. Yeah, I was watching another video about that where a guy was talking about how he saw All Dogs Go to Heaven when he was 4, and he swore there was a TV show of it he watched. And people were like, it's the 90s show, right? And he's like, no, there was a show in the 80s. It turned out it was a completely different dog show that he just remembered as being an All Dogs Go to Heaven show. And he was like, and that kind of scared me. Because if I'm not remembering that detail correctly, what else am I not remembering correctly? Now, I've always had a very bad memory, so I've stopped worrying about this kind of thing, to be honest.
Sent a super chat. There was a Disney TV movie about men and men.
Really? Well, maybe it's the same concept, but I don't know if it was like a folk tale before or something, but she got it from that 80s Twilight Zone episode. Oh yeah, I would definitely be like Clark, and I would definitely explore. I would probably be like, I'd probably take a marker with me and like mark arrows back to the entrance. Because again, I have a really bad sense of direction. Because with Clark, him being a failed architect actually, you know, explains a lot in the story. Explains why he can draw. It explains why he would be so interested in this fucked up architecture. It explains why he would want to explore it. You know, but, yeah, it's, I don't know. But I would definitely explore it. I would, my curiosity would be too great. I wouldn't be able to... No, the 80s Twilight Zone is not good. It's awful. But my mother remembered that one detail from that one episode, and she built up her own thing in her head about it. You know, again, we're talking about the nature of memory, which, again, I really think is what Kane Parsons' Backrooms is mostly about, is the nature of memory. And how it's colored by various things, and how you never remember the details of things correctly. You know, it's not about fucking AI, for God's sakes. The Disney movie is about traveling teenage boys. No, this was literally about little men who build, like, every minute of reality. You know? So, and that's why things go missing sometimes, because they just forgot to put it there. Twilight Zone, yeah, like, old Twilight Zone is still actually really good. Oh yeah, I've got a god-awful memory. I don't even worry about it anymore. So we're gonna all be old with dementia someday anyway, what does it matter? But yeah, so, okay, you guys are excited for me to make a video. I will do my best. Now that I have the movie... Did you get that thing I sent you? Is that what you're saying, Kaiser? Do you remember Harvey Birdman? Remember Star Wars? But yeah, this whole thing of, like, nostalgia as a remix of older stuff that is remembering things the way they never were is, it's a pretty interesting concept, and it's just true, you know? It's just true. You might have, like, fond memories of the time period you grew up in, but you didn't know, you were a child, you didn't know all the strife that was going on. Like, I always say, oh, the 90s were so much better, but were they? There was still a lot of bad shit going on in the 90s, I was just too young to be aware of it, you know? My therapist tried doing a roleplay exercise with me. I had to tell them I couldn't do it because I had just seen the Backrooms. Just start going, I am an architect, goddammit! No, I think some people criticize that opening bit with the therapy session, but because I think the dialogue's kind of bad, but I don't know. I think Clark and Mary talk like real people. Well, Mary to a lesser extent. Mary's kind of always in psychiatrist mode until the very end of the movie where she just snaps and yells at Clark. which is like her character arc. The culmination of her character arc.
Happy Master Clockwork sent a super chat. Hi, my name's Story and I suffer from short-term memory loss. Hi, my name's Story.
Yeah, like, I'm kind of afraid of dementia and Alzheimer's, like, who the fuck isn't? It's not common in my family, but even so. Then again, my grandmother was 99 and toward the end was still sharp as a tack, so maybe that's worse, I don't know. Who knows? These are things we're going to wrestle with as humans forever, I think. Let's see. Space Rock says, I think there's a good argument for 1992 to 2001 being a high point of the last century, time between the Cold War and the War on Terror. Oh yeah, oh, you guys really want to talk about drama today, huh? I guess I've exhausted Backrooms until I actually do my video. I guess I'll start recording that tonight, because again, it is faster than cutting down streams, because cutting down streams I gotta, like, go in and, like, edit out the fat, and I gotta, like, do little zoom-ins on my face, and I mean, I don't have to, but I like to. It's just, it's almost faster to do a scripted video, or pre-recorded video, I should say, since I do things unscripted. So... yeah, I've seen both. I've seen people get dementia in their 90s, and I've seen people still be completely sharp in their 90s, and I still don't know which I would prefer as an old person, to be honest. So, that's depressing, though. Let's not talk about that anymore, even though, like I said, I think dementia is part of the Backrooms, because, again, I caught you sneaking in the caretaker music there, Kane, and I know he's really into that. I was not surprised, but it was actually kind of nice to learn that Severance was also inspired by Kane Parsons' Backrooms series, and I'm sure has inspired him in return, which is kind of cool. And that, you go like that too, like creatives just playing off each other and iterating on each other is also like just great to see. And actors are creatives too, and like I said, it was great that Chiwetel Ejiofor like has so much respect for Kane Parsons and really gets the concept, which is why he could really sell it in the movie, you know? And it's like, it's just so good to see, and oh my god, sets. Real sets. That's the other thing I should mention. Real fucking sets. If this was a typical Hollywood shit movie, they would have done everything on green screen. But having the Backrooms be a real goddamn set just makes it so much better. You know, not that his Blender shit was bad, but, like, it's so good to see actual sets on movies again. You know, like Project Hail Mary, they actually just built the interior of the spaceship. It's just old logic. If you want something to look real on film, just build the damn thing. Yeah, I was just saying that, Dana. Project Hail Mary looks so good because it's real fucking sets. Barbie looks so good because it's real fucking sets, you know? Just build it. It's probably cheaper to build a goddamn set. So they built like 30,000 square feet of sets for Backrooms, I think. And like even like the crew were like getting like afraid of them and finding them spooky and were getting lost in them. Yeah, there's one scene in the Backrooms movie where you hear the caretaker music in the background. So, yeah, it's great. Yeah, bring back yeah, and then the Captain Clark monster was practical. They got that really tall guy who plays movie monsters in a costume. Well, Barbie is like the Lego movie, where, yeah, it's based on a toy, and yeah, it was originally conceived just to be like a commercial thing, but the people making it actually wanted to make a movie, and actually gave a shit about what they were making, you know? Imagine what you can do when you actually give a shit about what you're making, instead of doing this assembly line movie production that we've been getting so much, to the point that I'm, like, on my knees, screaming hallelujah when I see real fucking sets in a movie.
At Dana_Brain sent a super chat. Sadly found out why they don't do real sets often is because with green screen shit they don't need to pay unions. Boo.
That makes a depressing amount of sense. So even though it's more expensive and more of a pain in the ass, of course, they picked on the VFX people until they had to make a union, of course, because they were abusing those people and underpaying them and overworking them. You know, so, like, yeah, it's just... And then you have Obsession, which I'm not as interested in. It's not my kind of horror. It's very classic. It's almost a possession movie, except she's not actually possessed. It's more like magical compulsion, which is also kind of interesting. Chiwetel Ejiofor is 49. He looks like he's in his 30s. Well, hey, black don't crack for one thing, but yeah, a lot of people are looking younger these days. You know, there's just better diets, you know, more healthcare. You know, people don't look as old as they looked at ages back then. I'm not racist, Kaiser, it's just true. But no, yeah, he was really good. Yeah, like in the movie, like you could put, like, Clark could be in his 30s or his 40s in the movie. It doesn't really matter, you know, exactly. I mean, he doesn't talk like he's a young person. He even says, like, his wife being in college. She's like a 30-year-old freshman, so you can tell him and his wife are at least, you know, supposed to be in their 30s, maybe mid to late 30s, you know. Or he's a little older than her, maybe. But, people still say, well, yeah, people never believe how old I am. Even with my gray hair, I have a baby face, so... I think for me it's just an autism thing, to be honest. But, no, people... I was like at my last job, this was a few years ago, where I was talking to a coworker who was a little older than me, and I was like, everybody under 25... looks like a baby to me these days. And she's like, what? You're like 28. I was like, I'm 37. And she was like, what? So, that was pretty funny. Yeah, even with my hair's getting pretty gray, and even then, people still... at least I don't get carded for alcohol anymore. I bet if I dyed my hair, I would, though. Session, Iron Lung, Digital Circus all did better than Mandalorian. Yes, even though I didn't like the ending of Digital Circus, I'm still glad I went and supported it in theaters. I will support indie shit. I went and saw Iron Lung, too. I like supporting my local theater, too. They are an independent theater as well, so... Union, like Disco Elysium, the murder, yeah, well... What murder case? We got Kim to disco dance with us. The game's over now. It's just endgame stuff now that we're doing. Obviously. I only sound like a 15-year-old boy when I have a potato mic, so... Shut up.
At NeoKaiser0 sent a super chat. Talk tax. Spinel. F Fusion? Is that like an indirect kiss? B Baka.
What are you planning?
Fusion? Is that like an indirect kiss? Baka.
Back to the Ghost and Pals song. So yeah. Like I said, Obsession, I mean, it looks good. What, was made for like $750,000, and it's made like fucking millions. So, yeah, but it's just not my kind of horror. You know, it's more, I don't know, standard horror, I guess? You know, it looks like it's really well shot, but it's just not really my thing, you know? Backrooms, high concept, cerebral bullshit is more my thing. It's like, oh, one of my favorite horror stuff is like, what, Soma? You know, now there's Backrooms movies. I really like Session 9. I really like Population 436. I like stuff like that. The original Wicker Man, to an extent. I think you could call it a horror movie, maybe. Maybe it's more of a thriller. I'm not sure. But, yeah, I tend to like more... What, you can't hear the music? Maybe it's really quiet right now. I can try turning it up. The music's always a little too quiet, isn't it? Is that better? Yeah, I don't know why people are pitting Backrooms and Obsession against each other, because they are two completely different types of horror, you know? So, like, I don't know why people are pitting... Like, you should just be glad that indie movies with small budgets are doing well and are eating all this Hollywood slops, like, lunch. I don't understand why they put out the Mando and Grogu movie. It's like, you guys are, like, years too late to that being relevant. Like, why didn't you capitalize on baby fucking Yoda when everyone was obsessed with it? I mean, I never gave a shit about Mando, personally. I don't have Disney Plus. I don't have anything but Netflix most of the time. I got HBO for like a month to watch Ghibli films, and I'll probably get Apple TV again at some point to watch Pluribus and Severance, Season 3, whenever the hell that comes out. Please don't ruin Severance. Please don't ruin Severance. I know they've, like, completely sold it to Apple now, but please don't ruin Severance. I love it so much. I don't know, I think people should just be happy. You just be happy that these creators are getting out there, and, like, all the big Hollywood slop with the same old, tired actors is failing. I'm really hoping that Odyssey is going to be the death knell for these celebrity worship shot on green screen movies. I hope it kills it. Haven't they already made a live action Avatar, like, twice? Isn't there one on Netflix going on that's bad? Honestly, we gotta start doing animated remakes of live-action movies. That's what we need to start doing. Like, why do you need to remake Avatar The Last Airbender in live action when Avatar The Last Airbender is already fucking perfect? And I'm starting to think Break had nothing to do with why it's good. I am not looking forward to Seven Havens. I am a Korra fan. I will admit that Korra is hot shit in a lot of places, but I am a Korra fan, but I am not looking forward to Seven Havens. Pulp Fiction, the animated series. Yeah, let's do it! Fucking let's go! They've had to remake Moana because it's a vanity project for The Rock. He is completely in charge of that movie. He chose to wear a shitty wig and look like that on screen. He chose to do this. I think there was an animated Little Shop show, wasn't there? Because back in the day, they used to make Saturday morning cartoons out of R-rated movies just because nobody gave a fuck in the 80s. Yeah, Moana looks like ass. Like, I'm not even a fan of the original movie. I think it's just okay. It's like, the big ones everyone likes, Frozen, Tangled, Moana, like Tangled and Moana are fine. Frozen is dog shit, but they don't do much for me. I don't know. Everyone knows Encanto's my jam. Encanto is, like, the best Disney movie I've seen in decades. Yeah, there was a RoboCop cartoon and a Rambo cartoon. Yes, yes, there was, indeed. There was a Men in Black cartoon. I think that was into the 90s as well, yeah. So 80s and 90s, like, they did not give a shit. They just made Saturday morning cartoons out of R-rated movies. You would never... Yeah, Beetlejuice? You would never get away with that now. I didn't see Zootopia 2, so I didn't really care about the first one that much, to be honest.
At NeoKaiser0 sent a super chat. Talk tax.
Why are you
Jasper,
doing this to me
you're
today?
Bibaka. But you're not my Bibaka. The only way you'll be my Bibaka is by honoring me.
How the fuck am I gonna do this? You're Baka, but you're not. You interrupted me, Miss Jasmine!
Super chat.
Damn it!
ALS no live action Frozen. They already had it in Once Upon a Time, so they don't have to make us suffer with more.
Yeah, I didn't like Frozen. It was bad in Once Upon a Time. Anyway. You're Babaka, but you're not my Babaka. The only way you'll be my Babaka is by R-ing me. So there. Yeah, like, when they started introducing Frozen into Once Upon a Time is kind of when I fell off, to be honest. Like, Once Upon a Time is such a... It's a terrible show. It's terrible. But it's fun. It's one of those shows that's like dog shit writing, but the actors are like really good and the costumes are good and it can be fun in places. So it's dumb fun is Once Upon a Time. Also in the first season, if you squint,
Ed Stevens 5542 sent a super chat. How about an animated Pulp Fiction in the original Ghost in the Shell style?
That'd be cool. Though incidentally, they're now like making a Ghost in the Shell anime based more on the manga, which is a lot goofier, which is kind of interesting. But yeah, with Once Upon a Time, if you squint, Emma and Regina look like a divorced lesbian couple in the first season.
HSL sent a super chat. Oh, I guess I have to demand the aura espinel.
God.
Ara, mama!
There. Luca was just, I mean, nope, who talks about that movie anymore? Everyone just forgot about it instantly. You know? Because it was just nothing. It was a confused movie that needed to pick a fucking plot, is what it was. Like, I'm sorry. I don't have nostalgia for Disney or Pixar. I don't care. You know? Like, this gives me powers, I guess, you know? To just, like, not be nostalgic for Disney, not glaze everything they fucking put out. Yeah, what movie? Exactly. Luca? Remember about the little fish boys? That was, like, popular for a week and then everybody forgot about it? So many things go down the memory hole, too, because like, too much shit comes out. There's too many things being made. Nobody can keep up with it all. You know? Gato? I haven't actually seen the trailer yet. I don't know if if I'll get, like, copyright dinged if I do. I guess we could watch it, though. Why the hell not? Why the hell not? Let's look it up. Gato trailer. Alright, let's see. Let's see if this looks like it's gonna be worth a damn. Why is this a teaser trailer a minute long, like a minute long, and this one's 59 seconds?
At Neo Kaiser 0 sent a super chat. Talk tax. Jasper, so this is the Crystal Gems war cry? Alright. Ara ara.
So this is the Crystal Gems war cry. Alright, ara ara! Anyway, let's see if this trailer is worth a damn. Scroll up. Oh no. It's widescreen, okay.
Please, Rocco, it wasn't me.
Start yapping. Where is the tuna?
You have the wrong cat. Tell the truth. The things are gonna get pretty ugly.
I was saving that tuna. Nero, focus.
Sorry.
Oh, I want it.
Oh. I would also like to do that. No. Ow, sorry.
Oh, I hate it.
Grab it.
Nah, cat humor written by people who don't own cats.
Me, it's fine.
Disney and Pixar's Gato.
I like the style, but that didn't tell me anything about what the fucking movie is even about. Is it about cat mobsters? What is this about? It didn't tell me anything. All I saw was bad humor about cats written by people who have never owned a cat. Sorry. It's like with Zootopia having the really obvious animal jokes. I can't.
At Lilian Corey's sent a super chat. Ara ara as Alistair with delivery of swooping is bad.
With delivery of swooping is bad? Oh god. Wait a minute, god damn it, I don't have voice mod open so I can do my allergy thing. Swooping is bad is the line, so, I'm supposed to ara it though? You guys are really making these complicated now. Ara, ma. You would just be pissed. Of course I've seen B-Stars. Everybody's furry for B-Stars. Now here's the full trailer. Okay, maybe you'll tell me what the fuck this movie is even about.
Please, Rocco,
this is the same scene we already saw.
Yapping. Where is...
Okay, tell me
that
what is the movie about?
Me, it's fine.
It's just the same damn thing! Is there a full trailer or not? I don't think there's a full trailer. It's just that. Fucking Puss in Boots' Last Wish did cat behavior better than this. If you're gonna make movies about cats, at least understand cats!
At Dana_Brain sent a super chat. Why can't we live in the timeline where the animated Cats the musical became a thing?
Oh, I know, God, it would have been so good! I could see, like, an actual Cats musical in this style. Hex looks like absolute ass. Absolute ass. Oh yeah, are they just ripping off Flo? Is this Disney's way to rip off Flo? That's a good point. But like, God, nothing drives me crazier than people who try to depict cats and they don't know anything about cats. It's like furries that want to have a cat persona, and they think cats wag their tails when they're happy. It's like, don't have a cat persona if you don't understand anything about cat behavior. No, a cat wagging its tail is not happy to see you. A cat wagging its tail means they're either pissed off or overstimulated. You can trust me, I am the ultimate crazy cat lady. I've literally been around cats my entire life. I have been around cats since I was an infant. We have always had cats in my family. I have always had cats. So, yeah, I know a lot about cat behavior. Check out Dogger Witch in Mongolia. What the fuck is that even? Alright, let's look. Ooh. Uh-huh. What is this? Okay, well, I didn't mean to go full. What an interesting style.
待て! あの本を取り返したくないか? もう記憶の中にしかない優しい日々を
んな火で焼き消されるものか。捕まるなんて間抜けな子ね。
Looks like a lot of older 60s anime in a
こ
way.
の帝国をめちゃくちゃにするような嵐を
But
待っている。
modernized.
モンゴルが憎い。私から全てを奪った。許せない。許しちゃいけない。しかし私たちに何ができると。知恵がございます。
What a fascinating style. This
俺たち兄弟の結束こそモンゴルを真に強くする。
Mongols an ancient Persian. Now, that is a topic I don't think a lot of movies have tackled. You know? These cultures aren't generally represented. I know what it's reminding me of. It's looking slightly, I'm not saying it does look exactly, but it looks slightly like Osama Tezuka. Tezuka, rather. Mongolia is not a setting you see a lot, yeah?
I know you're not much of a Disney fan, Sai, but are what Disney films you do like?
If we're counting, are we counting Pixar as Disney? I like Oliver and Company. I like Encanto. That might be about it, honestly. I grew up with the Disney Renaissance, even. I have no nostalgia for it. I'm sorry. I like Ratatouille. It's my favorite Pixar movie. I haven't seen Incredibles yet, and I know Woka's gonna be screaming in chat that I have to. So I'm watching movies again. We can get there. I do not control the autism, okay? But this looks really cool. It looks really cool. I like that. I like that people are getting experimental, too. Like, anime's also been kind of stagnating, you know? Yeah, go watch Oliver and Company. It's a good movie. I don't know, I just, like, when you think about it, Disney hasn't even been the standard for that long. They've only been the standard for as long as, like, we've been alive. You know? Not even. Because Disney almost, like, collapsed in the 80s. The company almost died in the 80s. And then Little Mermaid came out in 1989 and saved the company. And even back then, Disney wanted to cut the Part of Your World song. So even back then, the executives didn't know what the fuck they were doing. And after Little Mermaid, they just went princess, 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 princess. It all became about princesses, and when they ran out of that, Disney started to fucking suck again. Oh yeah, Who Framed Roger Rabbit? I always forget that's a Disney movie, to be honest. Who Framed Roger Rabbit is a classic. It's just a great film on its own. I don't even think about... It's like I don't even really think about Encanto being a Disney movie. It's just a good fucking movie. Can't wait for them to do a live-action Wish! Would they, I wonder? God, Wish is a fascinating case. I hope someday we find out what the fuck happened with the production of that shit. Yeah, Who Framed Roger Rabbit is a Disney movie. This was, again, before the Disney Renaissance. You know? So, Disney Renaissance started with Mermaid. They weren't, like... And that's when the Disney magic started, and the, you know, we own your childhood and sell it back to you started.
Xgonsan Jam sent a super chat. My favorite piece of lore is Disney putting out the reluctant dragon which showed the magical kingdom meanwhile the workers were on strike.
Yeah, they're a pretty evil company. I can't believe so many people got duped by them saying, yeah, we're pro-gay, and all of a sudden they just started defending Disney, and it's like, you know they're still an evil corporation, right? Like, you like, what, nothing changed. But yeah, Disney magic has only been, like, supreme for, like, 30 years. And now they're dying again. And I hope it's for good this time. Like, no company lasts forever. And that's the thing a lot of these companies today aren't understanding. They think that they all think they're too big to fail. And it's like, no, no one is. No one ever is. It's like Ozymandias, you know? Like, you know, you are not too big to fail. And again, I keep saying, I feel like old Hollywood all got shook up when Netflix almost bought Warner Brothers. Legacy media being bought by the first big streaming service would be crazy. But they've all realized too fast that they've been outpaced. And they're not fucking relevant anymore. It's like the news companies in the UK trying to force YouTube to boost them in the algorithm. You know, they went crying to daddy government that, ooh, we didn't keep ourselves relevant and we thought we were too big to fail and now we're failing and you need to stop this. And it's like, no, they don't. Sucks to suck. You should have had a plan to stay relevant. You can't just rely on, well, we're the news. We'll never be replaced by anything. It's like, we didn't always exist, did you?
At NeoKaiser0 sent a super chat.
I remember how I do Nerdmia.
Nerdmia. A-A-A-R-A-R-A, M Mama, B-B-B Baka. I'm sorry.
Avery's getting, police helicopters swarming him at the moment.
Baka. I'm sorry. I'll never do that again.
Yeah, Blockbuster thought they were immortal. God, their reaction to Netflix sank them faster. Like, there was a great video on that. Oh my god, I wonder if I can find it. Oh god, there was such a good video. Was it Company Man? I think Company Man might have made it. I can't remember which one it was now, but I know I've watched Company Man before. So I think this might be yeah, this is the video where they're talking about Netflix. Company Man is a great channel. I haven't watched him in a bit, but he talks about how big companies did decline and eventually go away. I mean, there were so many companies and institutions we thought would be forever not too long ago, you know, and now you tell people about it today and they're like, what was that, you know? It's like Sears. Kmart. Things we thought would never go away. KB Toys. Guys probably don't even know what the fuck these things are.
At Sconsam Jam sent a super chat. I was just at the Critical Role live show at Edinburgh Castle, which was a packed house. New media is here to stay and the corporations need to wise up.
They won't. They will go out kicking and screaming and trying to drag everything down with them. Exactly like the gas companies that bought up all the patents for, like, gasoline and made out of wheat and other alternatives to gas and oil, because they don't want to have to change. They don't want to have to change their infrastructure or their sales strategy, so they will just try to keep things from progressing. Which is what Hollywood will try to do, which is why they're all, like, instantly like, oh, Kane Parsons is only 20. He couldn't have possibly directed this by himself. This must be some kind of trick. Or how, like, the New Yorker, like, fucking doxed his house. You know? Like, they're pissed. They are absolutely pissed.
At NeoKaiser0 sent a super chat. Talk tax. Mia aggressively. Hey Ben. Ara.
Oh no, now it's real Mia.
Hey Ben! Ara, my, babaka!
He's like, what are you doing? What does that mean? Just give me my medicine, Mia! I'm starting to hear things! I kind of forgot what my Ben voice is. It was the New Yorker or somebody. They just, like, doxed Kane Parsons' house.
At the Master Clockwork sent a super chat. It's not just Hollywood. Even with video games, there's this big shift towards indie and playing older games.
Because the game industry has the exact same fucking problem as the film industry, in that we have all of these executives and CEOs in charge of products that they don't understand. Like, the people in charge of movies don't even seem to understand why people enjoy entertainment in the first place. Disney assumed anything Marvel, just with the Marvel branding on it, will make $1 billion every time. And then they can make any old shit Star Wars and people will always buy it. You know? And what was it? Some Microsoft CEO recently said she wants to have, like, 1 billion live players a day? Like, how do you even possibly think that's feasible? Also, if you want 1 billion players a day, make something worth playing every day to that many people. It's like they don't think they have to make quality. It's like they think if they just have the brand name, it'll instantly sell and make all the money. Because it started when they started, like, shipping in these CEOs who, like, used to, like, work for Yahoo, or used to work for, like, Doritos or something. They don't understand the products they're in charge of. Or why people buy them. It's insane.
I'm blasting off again. Ara ara.
Team Rocket blasting off again! Ara ara! Oh yeah, Polaroid cameras is a thing we thought would never go away. Right? I don't think CEOs even necessarily have to play video games to know how to manage making and selling them. You just have to understand the market, you have to understand the consumer, and you have to understand the product. That's like the bare minimum. You know, I just don't get it. And they don't understand why they're being beat out by people making stuff from the bedrooms, you know? Because people like me and other people just working from our homes, making content, we are hitting on something people want, you know? Like a basic supply and demand. Who needs cameras anymore? You got one in your phone. Who needs individual MP3 players anymore? You got one in your phone.
Sent a super chat. Talk tax. Ben. Ara mama. Be baka. There I said it, Mia. Please give me my medicine.
I think my Ben voice was like this, wasn't it? I think. I haven't done Ben in a while. Ara mama babaka. There I said it, Mia. Please give me my medicine. Oh, poor Ben. Yeah, I mean, it is crazy we're all walking around with tiny computers in our pockets these days. I've said before, my first computer, like, had, like, a 525 megabyte hard drive. Very low gigahertz energy, probably, too. Like, my cell phone is, like, 20 times more powerful than my first computer that I got in 1993. And that's insane to think about. Like, think about it from my position. I have seen so much technology change. I have seen so many trends come and go. I have seen so many companies we thought were too big to ever disappear. And it's only accelerated. You know? I mean, think about, I was just talking about my grandmother earlier. Think about it, she was born before television even existed. You know? I think, like, film was just becoming a thing when she would have been a teenager. I mean, it's insane to think about. I've been here for the whole history of video games. I got a NES in probably 88 or so. We got one. So yeah, I've been here for like video games going from, you know, Mario Brothers hitting bricks and jumping on mushrooms, side-scrolling to what we have now. I have not seen Electric Dreams. Sounds like it'd be interesting though. Well, I mean, the 80s was trying to warn us about the cyberpunk dystopia we are absolutely entering right now, so that's good. Somebody told me I need to watch Vivarium as well, because it's another, like, liminal space type movie. That one's on Tubi, actually. RCA was another one. Oh yeah, I mean, there were, like Nintendo kind of saved video games with the NES, because they came out of the video game crash of, like, what, 1983, I think it was?
At the Master Clockwork sent a super chat. I can tell you from inside knowledge almost every major company got convinced internet engagement would convert to sales. Now it's about pushing AI.
Yeah, just like the dot-com bubble. The AI bubble is exactly the same as the dot-com bubble, and it is bursting currently. The AI bubble is bursting as we speak. People just haven't caught up to it yet. All these companies are starting to realize that AI is unreliable. And it's not fucking magic. And it doesn't understand critical thinking or nuance. They're all learning it the hard way, just like I said they would. It is E.T.'s fault. That caused the video game crash. It did. Remember when stuff costs $1? Yeah, I'm seeing cans of tuna fish for like $2.89 in the store these days. Like, I remember when I could buy a can of tuna fish for 99 fucking cents. Yeah, Vivarium looks kind of cool. Like I said, it's on Tubi, so I'm just gonna watch it. Damn you, Steven Spielberg. I heard that Disclosure Day movie wasn't very good. Speaking of the old ways dying. Well, the internet is good for viral marketing, I would say. You just have to be fucking good at it. If you're good at viral marketing, no one will even notice they're being marketed to. That's also the scary part, and also part of the unreality we're living in right now. Remember when the dollar store was the fucking dollar store? Yeah. I don't know. The most fascinating thing to me is nobody cares about movie stars anymore. That's another institution people thought would be a forever thing. Because, you know, since old Hollywood in the 50s, it kind of has been. But, like, nobody gives a shit about movie stars anymore. They give a shit about the actual concept of the movie now. You know? So, again, that's why, like, with the Odyssey having this really miscast, star-studded cast is just gotta be, like, nobody cares. Like, why is Matt Damon starring in the movie? Like, honestly, why are they using modern language? Who is that movie even fucking for? You know? Again, I hope it marks the end of this assembly line, green screen, fucking ass Hollywood movie shit. And already, like, people are looking to make smaller budget movies, because it's working out. You know? The only thing is, you just gotta make a good movie. That seems to be beyond Hollywood's purview. It's like, oh, we actually have to make the movie good? What do you mean? We're supposed to just put it out there and it makes $1 billion. Matt Damon! Yeah, Matt Damon. Not that he's a bad actor or anything, I just think him and, like, everybody is miscast in that fucking movie. You know? Who the fuck is Matt Damon? That is insane to hear you say. But again, nobody gives a shit about movie stars anymore. You know? It happened. I think it was COVID. I think it was COVID. COVID made everyone just stop worshipping celebrities. Everybody stopped giving a shit.
At the Master Clockwork sent a super chat. So I've been playing Baldur's Gate 3 and yeah, it's good. But I keep having this intrusive thought, I should be playing Dragon Age Origins.
That is the correct thought! Emoji. No. It's just my Dragon Age bias. Supergirl looks bland, especially... Yeah, like, the source material, like, was supposed to be, like, this Hancock, like, Supergirl was kind of given up, right? As far as I understand. I'm not that big on cape shit anyway, so, you know, I don't really care. I mean, I liked a lot of the Marvel movies well enough. I was impressed with the early Marvel movies, especially maybe give a shit about Captain America and Thor, two characters I never thought I'd care about ever. You know? But that's also down to having really good casting. You know, they didn't go with just, oh, let's just get Tom Cruise to play Captain America. They actually went with somebody who fits the fucking role. You know, back when, before Disney bought Marvel and they had a really good plan for these movies, and then after they ran out of that 10-year plan, Disney it just completely went downhill because Disney doesn't know what the fuck they're doing. It was getting a little ridiculous, though, where they were treating the movies like comic books. Where like, oh, you gotta watch the individual movies, so then you could watch the big team-up movie, yada yada yada. You know, but even so, I mean, I did enjoy it. I really liked WandaVision, at least the first part of it.
Zero sent a super chat. Talk tax. Spinel. It's not like I want to fuse with you or anything.
Again, you better be making something out of this, damn it, Kaiser. But thank you for your money.
It's not like I want to fuse with you or anything, Jasper, Babaka.
Kim Kitsuragi from Disco I don't remember when Chris Evans was the Human Torch. That sounds terrible, but I've never given a fuck about the Fantastic Four. Like, you're never gonna make the Fantastic Four work, alright? They're cursed. Nobody cares about the Fantastic Four. But yeah, like, it's amazing what, like, good movies, good casting, good acting can do, because, like, I wouldn't give a shit about Captain America or Thor, except for the Marvel movies. I didn't give a shit about Spider-Man until the Spider-Verse movies, because they were so fucking good! It's like, just make a good movie. That's all you gotta do, just make a good movie! Why is that so hard? I don't know, they've tried to make, they've tried to make Fantastic Four so many fucking times. It's like, why do you keep trying? It never works. It never works. Yeah, I don't know. They're trying to do too much social commentary with the fucking DC movies, I think. I don't really, I was always more of a DC gal back in the day, too. I don't give a shit about the DC movies, because they're awful. And again, I really don't like superheroes that much in the first place, so... That's why I like The Boys, but of course they ruined that, too! Oh, the Spider-Verse movies are so fucking awesome. They're so good. And that's a Who's It in Lord movie, too, right? The Lego movie guys. And they also did Project Hail Mary, so these guys are just good at making good movies... actually giving a shit about what they make and making them really colorful. And they're winning. Take some hints. Yeah, I'm sorry, The Boys. I hyped The Boys up so much and then it ended terribly. The first 2 seasons especially are still fucking solid though. I'll probably rewatch those eventually. And then just get sad. Phil and Lord, there we go. Did they make Clone High? I didn't know that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why people wanted Superman to be, like, super fucking serious, like the Snyder movies. It's like that, like, I don't even like superheroes that much. I'm not even that big of a fan of Superman. Like, I'm not really a Superman fan, but even I know that's not Superman. You don't make him angsty. That's fucking stupid. I might watch My Adventures with Superman eventually, because I do like Jack Quaid. So, I just like him a lot. And I was like, you know, for, like, a fresh off the turnip farm Clark Kent, Jack Quaid's perfect. Yeah, comic movies should be silly. That's why I liked a lot of the ones that, you know, didn't, like, be irreverent toward themselves. Like so many superhero movies that act like they're supposed to be embarrassed to be superhero movies, you know? It's like my brother would be saying to me, like, some of the Marvel movies are kind of goofy, and it's like, well, yeah, I want my comic book movies to feel like comic books. Doesn't that make sense? You know? That's what's so good about the Spider-Verse movies. They do feel like comic books. Henry Cavill would have been great. Soups, the script was great. Yeah, he had the look. He definitely had the look. Yeah. I have not kept up with modern Ninja Turtles, so I want to watch Rise eventually. You know, it's like on one of my many I need to watch things. Because I love the animation of Rise. I like what they did with it. I like the style they developed for it and how they took shortcuts but still managed to make, like, the action scenes look really, really good. Because they were just working with the budget they had. You know? It's good shit. Very, very clever. Like, very, like, our limitations made us have to be clever about how we do this. You know? Thor Ragnarok's fun. It's a stupid movie, but it's fun. I did like how especially, like, early Marvel stuff made Thor still kind of like a dumbass. Like a fish out of water dumbass. Like, that is how he is in the comics. At least the old classic comics, the Silver Age ones. So, the first Thor movie's kind of boring, but I still love that one scene where he marches into a pet store going, "I need a horse!" It's like, god damn it, that's so fucking funny. They need to make a Plastic Man movie, but yeah, they'd have to make it like a madcap comedy. There's just like no other fucking way. And also, like, poor fucking Margot Robbie. Like, she is a really well casted Harley Quinn. And Viola Davis is a really good casted Amanda Waller, but like the movies just aren't good. I heard the second Suicide Squad movie was better. I don't know. Yeah, I've heard Love and Thunder are awful. I haven't even bothered with it. So... Love and Thunder seems like it was phoned in by, like, fucking everybody who worked on it. Like, but you hear stories from the actors doing some of these Marvel movies especially, and, like, they're saying, I'm just on a green screen. I don't even know what movie I'm shooting for. You know, that's probably why the performances suffer. Because it's just like, okay, you're on a green screen, you're shooting this scene, that scene, and this scene. It could be in a particular movie, it could be for a future movie, it could be for a trailer, you don't even fucking know. You know, you have no context, you have no character motivation. They're still writing the script as you're filming. You know, no wonder all these performances are just terrible, because, like, the actors have nothing to work with. I love the Tim Burton Batman movies. I like those. Those are good. Those are my favorite Batmans. But I kind of grew up with Batman the Animated Series more than the comics, so that's probably why I like those more. No, like you could just be on a green screen and you don't even know what movie you're shooting for, or what part you're shooting for, or whatever. It's like they start filming movies with no script. They change them in the middle of production based on, like, fucking market research. And it's like, this is why all these movies suck now. This is why they're all fucking terrible. Yeah, Batman the Animated Series still holds up. Again, it's amazing how good something can be when people actually give a shit about what they're making, isn't it? You know? That's the whole thing. Like, they actually give a shit about what they're making. I never saw the old Adam West Batman, so my introduction to Batman was the animated series. And I read Catwoman comics, so... Tried watching... I watched the second Ant-Man for some reason. I forget why. I was like cleaning the living room and I just wanted to put on Netflix. And so I saw the second Ant-Man movie and I just slapped it on, and it was actually pretty good, I have to say. I can't speak for the first one, but the second one was actually kind of fun. I wasn't high, I was cleaning and half paying attention, so that might be part of it, but... Or was I rolling coins? I think I was doing both. I was cleaning and rolling coins, and I just wanted to put a movie on. A lot of other times I listen to music, but yeah. Yeah, I heard the third one was just fucking awful, I don't know, but I just happened to put on Ant-Man and the Wasp, but I thought it was pretty fun. People bitch nobody wants to do jobs anymore. It's like, what job? But it's also like, you're not entitled to employees. If you want people to seek employment with you, make it worth their fucking time and pay them a living wage. Otherwise, you're not gonna get employees, or at least not high-quality ones. You literally get what you pay for. So it's like, if you're not willing to pay people fairly for their work, you're not gonna attract people who are willing to do the work well. This should be basic fucking logic. Employers should be sucking up to you to get you to work for them. Not acting like they're gracing you with a job.
Few people cried. Most people were silent. I remembered the line from the Hindu scripture.
Companies hire more autistic people. No, don't, because they mistreat us.
Vishnu is trying to persuade the prince that he should do his duty. To impress him.
And of course, here I am with an unconventional job for the digital age, but whatever, right? I am just trying to survive like everyone else. And I have been out there in the real world, and it sucks.
At Jessale sent a super chat. Sigh, here's a little payment for my appreciation for having the hardest job in the world.
Thank you, Jessale. You're right. You know, as Hassan Piker says, streaming is harder than a 9-to-5 working in retail, obviously. Says the man who's, like, never worked a real job because he's a Nepo baby. Yeah, I love these people that are out there like, oh, Sai doesn't have a real job, she's just a YouTuber now. It's like I haven't had real jobs before, like, quote-unquote real jobs. It's like, why are you so mad that, like, an autistic person like me can make a decent living doing things I enjoy and streaming and entertaining people on the internet? Why does that make you so mad? You know, maybe you should think about that. Maybe it's not that other people should suffer the way you're suffering. Maybe it's no one should be suffering. Have you considered that? Instead of trying to drag other people down with you, we could maybe address what's making us all so unhappy in the first place. You know? Amazing when you change your perspective that way. You know? There's so many people out there invested in the idea that I have a failing YouTube channel. I was commenting on Harmful Opinions video the other day, and some little, like, Blackish fan, they identified themselves as one, came rolling in, and so did another one, like, oh, she just has a failing YouTube channel as her only job, and it's like, I'm sorry you're stuck working at McDonald's, but that's not my problem. Yeah, like, people are talking about late-stage capitalism and, like, employee rights, and then they mock someone like me for having a YouTube as a primary income, and it's like, so, do you like the system or not?
Excellent Jam sent a super chat. Could Mr. Piker work at a burger joint for a week?
God, no, he couldn't. It would only work if nobody knew who he was, and they had to disguise him. You know, like, put a bald cap on him and see how quickly he loses his looks privilege. Like, how dare the mean autistic woman want more proof of something they claimed happened? Oh yeah, the people who think I've been trying to be a YouTuber for, like, just because my account is old. And again, like, if I knew my videos that I originally made were going to pop off like that, I would have made a new account!
At Super Easy Walker sent a super chat. Toss a penny to you local lesbian YouTube who is clearly struggling
yes,
/us.
According to people out there, my channel is dying, guys, so no, I'm kidding. I always say, don't super chat me if you can't spare the money. Do not do that, please. Please, please, I am a luxury item.
At the Master Clockwork sent a super chat. Let's take the Feast X-Men movie. A film about people with fantastical powers, but it sure would be silly if we wore yellow spandex.
Yeah.
Hair door.
I was made to marathon the X-Men movies with someone, and yeah, that was like, it was definitely in there like, haha, well, good thing we're all just wearing these boring black outfits. Wouldn't yellow look stupid? And it's like, why are you embarrassed of the subject matter you're adapting? You're like, seriously. You can always tell when something doesn't respect the subject matter it's adapting. It's like, why are you even adapting it? Get someone who will actually, like, even if you don't give a shit about it, it's your duty as someone adapting it to, like, learn about it and learn what makes it the thing it is and learn why people liked it in the first place. That's the other thing I don't get. It's like, if you're gonna adapt something but then treat it with disdain, like, why do you think it was a popular property in the first place to the point that you would want to adapt it? Like, find out what makes people like this thing and then do that. How is that so fucking difficult? Yeah, the Borderlands movie. Talk about something that has disdain for its source material. Like, what the fuck was even that? I hate these arrogant fucking movie makers who are like, oh, it's just a video game. It's just an anime we're ripping off. We can totally do this better, and then they don't, and they do it far worse and far dumber. But hey, they're filming in Hollywood in live action. That makes it instantly superior. Well, they do hate nerds. Of course they do. But, like, again, what gave this property value in the first place to the point that it's now landed in your lap to adapt it? You know, maybe go figure that out. That should be, like, the bare minimum. And again, that goes back to, you know what a standard Hollywood Backrooms movie would have been. It would have been violin stings and monster jump scares and characters talking to themselves constantly, you know. It was absolute garbage. Oh yeah, or worse, the ones who think they're improving an old problematic work and then they just make it worse. Or like my favorite example is still the fucking live-action Cowboy Bebop, where they're going on and on about how Faye is so objectified in the original and they're not gonna do that. And then they give her a sex scene, and they have a scene where her hand gets covered in jizz. Two things that never happened in the original. And you're saying the anime is, over-sexualizing her. Because she wears a skimpy outfit because she's a girl failure of a femme fatale. Like, again, if you actually paid attention to the original series, Faye is a complete girl failure. And her femme fatale shtick doesn't even work on the main men. The most tragic thing about the live-action Bebop was Mustafa Shakur was actually pitch-perfect fucking casting for Jet. And he understood the assignment. It's just a shame the rest of the show didn't. He deserved a better show to be in. God damn it, he was perfect! He even sounded like the dub version of Jet. Like, it was crazy. It was fucking crazy, man. Just give us the adventures of Jet after everyone else has left the Bebop. Just put him in a show. Let's do it! Just him alone. Cooking his bell peppers and beef without beef, and working on his bonsai plants. I'd fucking watch that. Yeah, like, again, live-action Bebop is just, again, the fucking arrogance that we can do this thing better than the original, and it's so much fucking worse. I did hear the live-action One Piece was good and fans like it, surprisingly.
Original Faye was exploited by a con artist after waking up with massive medical debt. Hearing what Netflix did gave me the ick.
Didn't they change it into, like, a lady, and the lady's pretending to be her fake mom or some shit? Like, it was so dumb. It's so fucking dumb. And then they ruined Julia. They made Julia, like, a battered wife of Vicious. What the fuck was with that? I was like, yeah, we're gonna take this powerful female character and we're gonna make her, like, a victimized, battered wife. We're the feminist one. What the fuck do you mean? Oh, God. Okay, so it's like 4 p.m. I think I'm gonna wrap up there for today. They did ruin Vicious. They did. Like, they didn't understand the original at all. But, yeah, there's plenty of hate videos on it. I never watched it either, but yeah. So, tomorrow I'm going to probably be finishing Disco Elysium, if you want to come for the big finale. I still have no idea what's going on in the murder case. Wonderful, wonderful. And Friday, I'll have you guys vote on a subject again. And then next Wednesday, maybe I'll do React. I'm not sure yet, but I think I will pick up another video game or do a couple of one-shot gaming streams between now and when Control Resonant comes out, because I didn't know how long Disco Elysium was going to take, but it looks like I'm going to do it in 10. That tends to happen. I tend to finish games in 8 or 10 streams. I don't know what is with that, but yeah, just a short stream this week.
At the _space frog sent a super chat. Ribbit, not on Twitch, but imagine Michigan is singing and dancing on stream right now.
Hang on, maybe I can find him with my sticker doc. So we get, damn it, it's making me log in. Where's the super stickers? Those are the throwables. Those are the TTS ones. What the fuck? Okay. Where the hell are they? Board stickers, global stickers. Those super stickers? Ah, here they are. I found them. There, we'll play this. We'll play this just for Frog.
Hello, my baby. Hello,
there you go, Frog.
Send me a kiss, my wife. Baby, my heart's on fire.
Huh. Oh, I see there's a few different ones now. There's, And there's this one. Yeah, I think I'll keep that one. Those are super stickers. They're a little more pricey. That one went on for a while, and then there's this one. Yeah, very good, very good. Okay, so I'm gonna sign off now. Well, that's the kind of shit you can do over on Twitch. If you ever want to head on over there to throw shit at the screen. Thank you for your super chats today. I know it was a bit of a short one, but like I said, I'm gonna be... Hey, Skrill! Yes, you're from Poland, though. But yes, so I will be working on a Backrooms, scripted video, so you guys have encouraged me. So, and then you're gonna be getting, like, Andrew Dobson edits, so that's the other thing I've been editing a lot lately, so... Look forward to that stuff, and hopefully I'll catch some of you tomorrow night when I finish Disco Elysium. See you for now.